So this is a suburb in Sydney called Pyrmont, and I realised maybe 6 months ago that I've never actually properly explored Pyrmont. I've been here plenty of times, and this is part of my leave the house contract, a series of things that I have to do every weekend that I've been saying that I want to do for 28 years, I just haven't done in Sydney. They're either touristy or not touristy, or obvious or not obvious, obscure, doesn't matter. Pyrmont's one. And I thought I would pair this with a review of the Lime e-bikes, city sharing bike service in Sydney. Wait, this isn't it. I thought that was it. It's underneath like a main road. They're pretty when they light up, but I've realized that they're ugly as fuck during the day. At night they're beautiful, trust me. Although this looks like an entrance to a crack den. This is actually just next to Pyrmont in Osmo.
Move that booty.
This is called the Anzac Bridge. This is the west gateway into the city, as opposed to the Harbour Bridge, which kind of connects the north of Sydney across the harbour to the city. I have so many memories of this bridge because I've always lived out west. My father's always lived in Drummoyne, which is just a little west of the city. So in research for today, I was looking up some shit about the Anzac Bridge, and this thing opened in 1995. And I was born in 1990. I have such early memories of this. I thought this thing had been here since, I thought it was older than me.
I remember this being opened in 1998. This bridge was only 3 years old.
This bridge replaced the smaller bridge just below it there. It's one of those turny bridges. I can't believe we were using that until the early 90s. That was built in 1903. Also, fun fact, this is the longest cable bridge in Australia, which actually isn't as impressive as it sounds, because I'm sure Australia has like 5 fucking cable bridges. And when you look up like the top 50 cable bridges in the world, they're all in China. It's a stupid, stupid time. I really like this bridge. I mean, it's not as nice as the Harbour Bridge, but it's definitely pretty. It actually continues behind this building.
Girl, move that booty. Shake the vomit.
Alright guys, I'm kind of fucked up here. I've put my tripod down on the ground just to get this shot. I've ridden off without it, had to ride back. No, no fucking way.
Girl, move that booty. Shake the vomit.
Shit, it must have been like 15 minutes ago. Behind me is called the Social Brew. This is #1 on Yelp, cafes in Pyrmont. It's now 3:30 and they're actually closed for lunch now. Actually got here at lunchtime.
So I got eggs Benedict's, charcoal. The waitress had to warn me. She was like, you realize this is charcoal, it's gonna come out black. And I was like, is it gonna come out burnt? Like it's gonna taste burnt? What does that taste like?
No, it's not burnt, it's black because it's charcoal.
But she was like, no, it's just charcoal powder. So it came out, it tasted alright. It was a big brioche bun with charcoal black all the way through bun. My serviette looked like I'd been in a coal mine. 2 eggs Benedict, 1 black, 1 white. They don't discriminate. Then there was prosciutto, so you got some salty. That gave it a lot of flavor actually. I got a large latte on top of that, and all of that came to a grand total of $28. $28? Yeah, $28. In terms of atmosphere, you've got a nice decor on the inside, dimly lit, nice and warm, plenty of seats, doesn't feel too tight. And then outdoor you have equal number of seats with heating. It's got a lot of character to that intersection. It's got a nice little green area. It's not so quiet that it doesn't have an atmosphere, but it's not so loud that you feel like people's asses are in your face and there are bus fumes on your food. But you get that city vibe without being so in the city, and that's the great thing about Piedmont. Let's go do that review.
So just for some background, most of the city bikes that have come into the city in the last year and a half have been just scolded. People hate them, they're an eyesore, they get left all over the sidewalk, they got thrown into rivers, they got thrown up trees. It became very expensive for these companies to run these bikes, so they left Sydney. I thought they were done. I thought it was a stupid idea, that it wasn't very cost effective. But then here comes Lime e-bike, and the only thing they did differently is they put batteries in their bikes. Now let's talk about the battery. It gives you a nice kick when you pedal off, but I've ridden an electric bike before. It is not really like that. It only really helps you get started. But as you're riding, I don't feel that kick anymore. It's probably helping me a little bit, but nothing like a full-fledged electric bike. These are the two reasons why I wouldn't get these bikes out again. One, it doesn't have gears. Now, Sydney's not a flat city. There's a reason why we're not a bicycle city. We have a lot of hills. People don't want to fucking climb those hills. Now, the battery helps a little bit, but this bike needs at least 3 gears. That's a small point. The second point, and this is going to be a big sticking point for people, it'll keep them in business, but people might not ride their goddamn bikes, is because it's too expensive. Now, the other city bikes, and probably to their own detriment, only charge you about $2 every hour or every half an hour. This is $1 to start and 30 cents for every minute that you use it. That's a lot of money. So in the first hour and a half that I used the bike when I first got here, that racked up almost $30. That's too much for an hour and a half on a bike that doesn't have gears, didn't give me a helmet. My second trip, which I used to get my goddamn stand, was just going up the road and coming back. Must have taken about 10 minutes. That was $5. And then my trip from that restaurant, which was only down the street to here, another $5. Also, they put a battery in it, but it's so goddamn heavy. One, the battery makes it heavy, but two, I think the frame is heavy. I think they made it heavy so you couldn't put it up in a tree. There's a cat here that really likes my phone. Oh, look at Oh wait, he turned my video off.
I know one of these, please. You get another one?
No, I just left it somewhere.
Actually ridiculous.